Good afternoon, Commanders, Retro Commanders. Welcome back to the hopefully soon to be #1 Frontier First Encounter stream on the entirety of the internet. Whee! Our 5-year mission, or at least that's what it feels like, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new bugs and new ways to die, to boldly go where probably quite a few people have been before, but not for quite a long time. Anyway, there we go. That's my super professional intro that I like to do, as you know. So, unlimited power, yes. Anyway, lovely to see you all. So lots of people on the chat already. So welcome one, and welcome all to the this retro stream anyway. So if you're new here, you'll quickly discover that we don't take ourselves too seriously, and we're very retro on Saturday afternoons. And it takes me an awfully long time to get to the point, if in fact I ever do. Ah dear, never mind. So yes, coming off the back of the previous week, where I was able to have unlimited power, because of a mechanism that I have been given to allow me to adjust the save file, which still didn't help very much, to be honest. The game still conspired against me. But that's right. Are we now #1 as a... No, apparently I haven't had the official email from Twitch. I'm still waiting for that. So for those of you who don't know, the previous game I was playing, Frontier Elite 2, I did get an email from Twitch saying, congratulations, you are the #1 streamer for Frontier Elite 2 on the whole of Twitch. And I was like, oh, that's quite impressive. Until I checked and found out I was in fact the only streamer Frontier Elite 2 on the whole of Twitch, and I think I'm probably almost certainly the only Frontier First Encounter streamer on the whole of Twitch. But hey, I haven't had that official email yet, and I still haven't had it. So I'm on tenterhooks, just waiting to see if I get it, because I can add that to my accolade then, can't I? I think that'd be very cool. So anyway, there we go. Anyway, we are here once more. On a Saturday afternoon, it's 1 o'clock. It is time for retro gaming. So this is 16-bit stuff. Oh well, actually, is it? No, I think it might. Actually, the technical guys on the stream can correct me. Certainly, Frontier Elite 2 was 16-bit. Is this one 32-bit, or is it still 16-bit? I don't know. It's that sort of crossover era between 16 and 32-bit. I've got a feeling it might be 32, but maybe somebody can tell me. If it is 32-bit, it's very, very early 32-bit, or very, very late 16-bit. It's somewhere in that sort of. It's 4 nibbles, says Mad Monksoft. I don't know. Could be. Anyway, lovely to see you all. So lovely to see you all in the chat, and hopefully we'll be still continuing to have fun today. Now, at the end of last week, we got to the 11th of October, 3251, and as goes against tradition on my stream, I have loaded the correct save this week. I don't spend half of the stream playing the wrong save and going, it seems awfully familiar. So we're in the right stream. We are in the right stream. Well, I think we're in the right stream. You guys decide whether or not you're in the right stream. We are in the right save. Now we have to wait a little bit for the next mission to kind of turn up. There's quite a gap, actually. I've had a look at the official kind of, well, it's not so much an official mission guide, it's the mission guide, and the next mission doesn't take place until March 3252, and we're actually more than halfway through the scripted missions of the game. So we're going to have to go and have a look at some of those bits and pieces. The Blessed Jade's page. So now Jade's page actually is probably just worth a mention, because it's kind of the definitive source of Frontier First Encounters information, certainly that I'm aware of on the internet. It's a website that's been there as long as I can. I think it's been there since the beginning of the internet, as far as I can work out. It certainly looks like a website that's been there from the beginning of the internet. It's kind of old school HTML text markup that looks like the HTML's been written in Notepad. That's not to denigrate it at all. It is a product of its time. It's definitely a 90s website that still survives till today. So if you do want to have a look at what the internet used to look like, go to jades.org. It's a classic microcosm of early internet page design. But the information on it is extremely good. I don't know who owns Jades. Now, the fact that the website is still up and running kind of implies that somebody somewhere is maintaining it. But I don't know. Actually, I'm just going to have a look. Is Jades the owner? I've just realised this is the question. Let's just find out. Who is it? Is it by? I mean, it was last updated, according to the site, it was last updated on the 10th of January 2018, so that's not bad. So actually, no, the chap's name is Graham Thirlwell, and Jades is his sort of adopted middle name, maybe Commander Jades or something. So yeah, Graham Thirlwell, if you're about, do say hi, because your website's jolly good. And really useful for kind of doing this retro stream, because I have referenced it quite a bit trying to figure out what the heck is going on with this game, because if you don't have a guide, it's virtually impossible to figure out what's happening. So such is the way that this game works, and it is a thing of glory, as we've as we've discovered along the way. But anyway, we now need to we kind of need to muck about doing this stuff and jumping around in order to get the date to move up. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do now. Let's just have a quick check with the newspapers to see if anything interesting has happened since last time. So we have our 5 remarkable in-game newspapers. The Imperial Herald, which of course all things Empire. So the mining colony receives Imperial aid after crop failure. Okay, so the maize growing around the mine heads. The citizens have offered their undying gratitude to the Emperor for his foresight. Okay, well that's good. So, and then they were talking about the demise of Frontier News, which itself actually has kind of risen back from the dead. And then there was this weird one about Thompsonson. 3 days before the final judgment, he was taking a holiday. I think this is mostly flavour text at this point in time, so I'm not sure what's going on. No member of the family, so nothing too dramatic is going on. But they are kind of celebrating the fact that Frontier News almost went bust and then got reprieve. So Frontier News, our much maligned but dearly loved honest guys sister journal, has been granted the miraculous reprieve. Have decided to drop the libel suit they were bringing against the editor. So okay, so that's good. Frontier News, in the second month of our campaign to raise credit to fight the libel suit, they had overwhelming support, which is excellent. So that's good. So the Frontier News gets to continue. And Universal Scientist is currently talking about the mycoid virus, of course. A new terror biological has been discovered by many Federation independent spacecraft and stations. The mystery organism, thought to be of mycoidal origin, attacks sporadically and affects all known plastics. Okay, clue. The mycoid first appeared on a remote moon base in the Akin system, where it first ate through a chair in the command console of a passing courier ship. From there, it's rapidly spread to infect all the plastic switches, controls and surfaces in the post. The station was evacuated when it was discovered the majority of the ceiling ducts were of plastic composite. Some of the mycoid must have been brought aboard the escape ships, as further outbreaks of infection have been reported in other sectors. So it seems not only just to attack plastic, it completely eats it. Some of the mycoid must have been brought... Oh, I just read that bit. All the original ships have been forced into major overhauls due to system failures. The agent does have an apparent life cycle, however, and seeks only to eat during relatively infrequent virulent phase, returning afterwards to a near-dormant state. Scientists will investigate the outbreak in the near future, but are first looking to avoid and modify their life support units with a replacement of all plastic parts. Yes, nice little Andromeda strain reference. So that's interesting. So there's a virus going around that eats plastic. Spooky stuff. Anyway, so let's ask what we need to do is...
Come in. The Federation wishes you
hang on.
whatever you want, really.
Let me turn the sound back on. That guy looked really... didn't have that on. Oh, we've gone now. That's annoying. He was quite funny. He's not coming back. He said, I'm sorry, it went quiet there. He basically said, welcome to the Federation. You can have whatever you want, really. It's very strange. Very, very strange scripting these poor guys had. Let's just check that's working now for you. Items on a sale or return basis. What? Anyway, we're going to fill up our ship with stuff. Okay, well, fair enough. It looks like we got loads of military fuel on board. So what I was going to do, there was a bit of W audio, was there? That's probably, tell you what, let me just tweak my in-game foldback. That's probably my fault because the mic will be picking up my speakers, so apologies for that. I'll fold that down. Echo for the form. Yeah, so that's sorted hopefully. Let me just check that. Is this better?
Come on in, take a look around. Ask the fitters if there's anything you want.
I couldn't hear him that time myself. They're quite quiet. Okay, let me just boost them. That was better. Excellent. Good. Let me boost them up. There we go. Right. Let's talk to the police.
Buzz off and keep your nose clean while you're here.
Yeah, I'm going to hang up. Right. So that's good. Right. Shut up, guys. Wow. We're off. Okay. Right. So let's get ourselves out of here before we go insane. Talking to the NPCs. At least these NPCs aren't trying to get you to do dodgy missions by hanging around in a kind of airport departure lounge, eh? I do like the recycle or die. It's like in this era of Elite, loitering has yet to become a crime, but if you don't recycle things, you die. Seems to be the rule. The Elite universe is very draconian on odd things. I don't know why. Right, let's go somewhere. We basically need to pass some time, really, at this point, because there's no other way to advance the clock, really, other than go places. And that's the fastest way to do it. So that's what we're gonna do, just for a bit. Let's get out of range of the station, and hopefully we can hyperspace. There we go. And then we'll go back again, because that's what we've got to do for a bit, I'm afraid, to try and get into March of the following year. Because I did try to muck about with the save file to get the date to move up. Oh, I left the undercarriage down again. But it doesn't work, alas. It didn't trigger properly. So what we'll do is I'm going to hyperspace back and forth and just pop in to read the newspapers. So this is like this is exactly it, Therakov. This is like those old adventure games where you leave the keyboard AFK for a moment and it comes up with time passed. Oh, and Space Tea has arrived on cue. Excellent. There it is. Space Tea by my lovely wife. Thank you very much, my dear.
That's okay.
Space Tea is a thing that happens at about 1:15. That's what it's all part of the tradition of the stream now, the Space Tea. I don't know, can you hear the space birds as well? Are the space birds audible in the background? Hopefully you can hear some of the space birds. And they'll be really quiet for a moment. Did you hear the space birds? They are there. So basically my study here is I have to have the window open because the computer does generate quite a lot of heat over time, and I'll start to melt. So I have the window open, and there is a tree outside my study window where the birds like to sit and do their thing, Space Tea, newspaper. So space birds, Space Tea, and newspaper. So this is what life is like in the future of space travel and exciting space exploration. You just have tea and newspapers. Okay, that's what the game is simulating. Right, so let's jump about a bit. So where are we now? It's now the end of October. Now into November. That's good. Let's go. Not that way. It's up here. I'm literally jumping back and forth, which is a bit silly. Right, the newest rule of Universal Scientist is now available, so let's go back to Sol, go dock, and read the newspaper again, find out what happens. Don't run out of fuel. No, what I need to do is do dodgy stuff here, which is jettison all of my radioactives. There we go, because they're illegal. So rather than providing a recycling mechanism, recycle or die, what actually you have to do is you have to dump them in space where nobody's looking and pollute the environment. And then you can make your way to the space station without paying a fine. It's just like, Lots of little funny things about that are kind of a bit weird. Right, so let's go to Earth. Where should we go to today? Let's go to Mikhail Gorbachev space station, because we can. And the solar system is nice and safe. There's no pirates here, which is really good. Land at London. Oh, I'll do that. I'll tell you what, I'll do that next time. Let's go to Mr. Gorbachev first. Talking of space birds, I knew a group a few years ago that were taking mass recordings of birds in northern Europe and Central Africa. The idea is that they would be far from arsenal of nature therapy, and that's quite a nice idea. Now, I must admit, I got an app. I got an app on my phone the other day, which is rather cool. It's called where is it gone? BirdNet, which sounds very dodgy. But actually it is about birds, as in the flying creatures. What it allows you to do is hold your phone up to as a microphone, record bird tweets and song, and it then you select an aspect of the recording and you press analyze, and it sends it off to some service on the internet, and it comes back and tells you what bird it is, and it's really quite good. So I've identified a few birds in my garden using BirdNet. So if you go search for that one, just be careful how you search for it, because BirdNet, depending on your, I'm not judging anybody here, but depending on your Google browser settings, then you can find that app. It's actually quite good. Have you tried it on a person? No, Aussie G, genuinely it is called BirdNet. I promise it's entirely 100% above board. Does my wife know about this? She does, actually, yes. I actually logged on to BirdNet this morning in the conservatory with her present over cup of tea. So, BirdNet is possibly not the best name for the app, I have to say. Right, so where are we? I've got to read a newspaper because we're in space. Reading newspapers is what we do. And the funny thing is, of course, here that you can't read the newspaper out in space. You have to dock to read the newspaper, which obviously is a slight game loop to make you go back to the space station every so often. But the idea of it being a digital newspaper that you can't receive in space. Anyway. Right, anarchy reigns. The results of anarchy are well demonstrated by this month's destruction of the so-called legal academy on Thompson's planet Aquada. Ooh, I wonder who did that. I don't know. Even in the independent systems, they make an attempt at legislature, and the academy was designed to cover the illicit dealings of their controllers, the Rockforth Company. In a system where lawlessness prevails, someone with more money and a grudge paid a squadron of fighter bombers to attack and destroy the base. I think it was just us, actually. With the disregard of human life that's the hallmark of the independence, they fired dozens of missiles. Well, that's true. A suspiciously unrealistic number of missiles, actually. I think you'll find. To destroy the base and everything around it, with the disregard for human life. A point-blank range in broad daylight. Yes, that's true as well. Removing the academy and those in it from existence. The only benefit to come from this monstrous act of murder and mayhem is that our sister journal, The Frontier News, is thankfully saved from the threat of closure, as the remaining board members have dropped all legal cases in the absence of their lawyers. That's the first rule: kill all the lawyers. That's right. We repeat the Empire's offer to all those who would prefer to live under stable rule to defect whenever the opportunity arises. So, never one to miss an opportunity. You are free to enter any of one of our worlds where the local Imperial Guard will ensure that hospitality suite is at your disposal. Right, what does the Federal Times make of this? Rockforth Legal Academy, funded, built and staffed at the behest of the Rockforth Company of Aquada, was wiped off the face of the planet last week. Actually, I think we might be slightly out of sync with the newspapers here, because this obviously happened a few months back. So we might still be a bit out of sync, but we're getting there. Presumably at the behest of one or two of Rockforth Company's many bitter enemies. The company was notorious for in-house corruption and for running a system-wide network of gambling halls, casinos and vice dens and playgrounds where anyone with sufficient funds could buy anything the galaxy could provide and pay for it afterwards in blackmail and extortion. The news was next in line for the Rockwolf habitat hatchet when an unknown public benefactor with money to burn, literally, paid off no less than a dozen different commanders to blow the Academy apart. Those who live by the gun die by the gun, and those who died at the rubble at Rockwolf had it coming to them. So there's not much sympathy from the Federation here either. Those that are left seem to be keeping a sensibly low profile and have dropped all legal proceedings. Fair enough. Okay. Random intergalactic gossip. Maze, craze, malaise. Don't you find it sad when the smart asses fall on their butts? No, butts with one T, I noticed. No, we didn't think so. So diving divas has taken the plunge. Not sure what that's telling us about. Usually nonsense from there. Frontier News, right. Okay, so here's the Rockwolf Legal Academy destroyed again. One of the galaxy's newest but nevertheless most prestigious legal academies was destroyed last week in a series of unannounced bombing raids. There's 5 separate ships this time, all bearing false identification markings, other than R1, which wasn't. Launched a devastating point-blank missile attacks on the Academy, leaving it a heap of smouldering rubble. And the entire structure was razed to the ground. Oh, this time it's not during the daytime. Unfortunately, the attackers took place during the night. And a few of the academic staff were on the premises at the time. Oh, darn. Never mind. There is a suggestion that the proposed Rockwolf versus Frontier libel suit may be allowed to lapse. Oh, there we go. So we've now been reported in there, but we haven't been singled out. It wasn't you, then it was still standing. Yes, I must admit, I'd fired lots of missiles at it, but it was still there, which was which was a shame. Anyway, onwards we go. Let's see if we can move time forward far enough to get these next missions to appear. That is our quest for the moment. The newspapers are quite funny, though, I have to say. Oh, I've done the undercarriage again. God. If I had £1 for every time I'd left the undercarriage down. So this is the fastest kind of way to pass the time in the game while we wait for new measures. Now, obviously, there we go. The new issue is available. There we go. That was nice and quick. So let's go and read that. So and now we're going to go to London for where is it? Look at the Earth. It's just covered in. Right, there's Sydney, New York. There's London up there. London and Paris. There we go. Let's go to London. Why not? Off we go to London. And I shall drink some space tea. Commander Rezabi, hello there, sir. What happened to the Earth? Well, according to the guide, is between the year 3200 and 3250, there was a real big smog problem, as you can see, and it was all cleaned up by the year 3300. So it was a short-lived global smog problem. Try to say that after a couple of these steel evil juices. The beige plague affected the Earth in that period of time, and then spread to many asteroids around the universe. So anyway, so that's the lore reason, which of course doesn't make any sense. The actual reason is that the new planet rendering tech in this game wasn't up to generating a realistic looking Earth, so they basically hid the surface by covering it in smog, because there we are. That's what they do. Right, so back to the newspapers. What's going on? Triumph returns to capital. His Excellency the Emperor was pleased to cut a ribbon. Oh, there's a new statue. Okay, so the other one was stolen. That was the one that we stole a few weeks back. So they've now got a new statue. That's excellent. So that's good news for the Empire. Federal Times. Pirate attack on federal convoy. Crypt fighters attacked Sakura and Lanacraft. Don't know, hyperspace was on a system. Okay, so basically people were being attacked. Okay. Random intergalactic gossip. Killer in your plastic. Okay, so this is This is them taking the thing on the mycoid virus. Confidential papers leaked from the Federation head office have told of a mystery fungus that eats plastic and has already claimed one moon base and the lives of dozens of crew. The bug, which attacks all known plastics, has little or no effect on humans, but can apparently be carried by us. Androids, hazard workers in survival suits, and those with bioimplants have the most to fear, and are cautioned to take extra care. The good news for environmentalists, however, is that at long last we've found something to destroy the styrofoam packaging cases used for the kiddie burgers. Trust your raceway rig. Trust your raceway rig, say. What's that mean? Always look for the bright side in every story. There we go. Front-end news. Federation attempts to prevent colonial progress. Okay, so federal authority, people resettling. And then Universal Scientist is saying, oh, here we go. Now this one is interesting. Okay, this one is interesting. Turner's Quest, the ultimate ship. Ooh. Commander Mick Turner. Okay, now this is a big thing in the elite lore. Okay, Commander Mick Turner, the Intergalactic Explorer, and Meredith Argent, co-owners of Argent Aerodynamics Amalgamated Inc., or AAAI, the galaxy's greatest shipyards, bringing you the galaxy's greatest ships, are ready to launch a new enterprise in the AIS capital of Alioth. That's the Alliance of Independent Systems capital, Alioth. AAAI are already renowned as the market leaders in the design of long-distance exploration ships. Ooh. Any relation to Bill Turner? Yes. Well, allegedly. Now, Bill Turner claims to be an illegitimate son of Mick Turner, as referenced here. Okay, Bill Turner, the engineer in Elite Dangerous, is claims himself, hasn't been verified as far as I know, but it claims to be, he claims to be an illegitimate son of Mick Turner, the legendary explorer, as we've just been introduced. Right, so however, to maintain the lead, the galaxy's foremost designers are opening up a new wing of the new Rosyth shipyards. Now, the new Rosyth... I can't say these words today. The new Rosyth shipyards are also very, very famous as well. We'll get to that. At the city of that name on Argent's claim, this unit is intended to specialise in the redesign and refurbishment of ships specifically for long-distance flight and interplanetary exploration, although there will be facilities for warships and cargo transporters as required. The new shipyard's flagship will be the Turner's Quest. Okay, Turner's Quest, an entirely new ship. Built to Mick Turner's unique personal design. He's kind of like the Elon Musk of Frontier First Encounters, Mick Turner. The exact specifications are under close guard and are protected by the Pan-Galactic Pre-Patent Conventions. The Pan-Galactic Pre-Patent Conventions were signed under the influence of Pan-Galactic Gargle Blasters, I suspect. But early press releases suggest it will be capable of travelling far greater distances than any ship currently available, and that the shielding, missile bays and laser capacity will ensure its survival in the most hostile of circumstances. So, this is a clue as to what's coming up, okay? This is a clue to what's coming up. The Turner's Quest is the ultimate ship. The Argent's class ship is the ultimate ship in this game. Which has completely obviously disappeared from the lore of Elite Dangerous, or in game in Elite Dangerous, except unless you read my book, bit of a plug, Elite Premonition, where the one of the Argent's type ships does Argent class ships does appear, if you haven't spotted it. So there you go. Now, new Rosyth shipyards need to pay attention to that. That's important. Mick Turner. Meredith Argent, very important people in Frontier First Encounters lore. And Bill Turner, as I've just mentioned, just to go back over that Trooper 1023, is Bill Turner, the engineer in Elite Dangerous, claims to be the illegitimate son of Mick Turner. So there we go. And there's a top secret, funky new exploration starship with big guns been mentioned in the game. Well, wouldn't it be nice if we could get our hands on one of those? So anyway, so that's the thing, right? So let's do some more travelling. That's December.
Commander, the Federation welcomes you to a free system. Good trading.
No, he was very posh, wasn't he, for a Federation dude? And the class is Quest. Sorry, that's right. You're quite right, Kelvinator. The class is Quest. A Quest class ship, not an Argent class. Don't know what I was talking about there. A Quest class ship, of which Turner. I think there was. One's named after Mick Turner, Turner's Quest. I think there are a number of those ships, and they have special names. And we Xyzophone J5. Yeah, don't spoilers. Don't talk about the waggity tail. Shh. We'll get there. Argent's Quest and Turner's Quest. There we go. Right, so we're now able to launch from smog-bound Earth. I've forgotten how to launch. Which one is it? These ones? There we go. Let's get off the ground. Put the undercarriage up. Yes, Drew. Put the undercarriage up. And this message comes up so fast. Doesn't matter what you do, you can't get away from the pad before they send the vacate the area immediately. You do not have clearance. I know, I'm trying to get away from the pad. Anyway, onwards we go. So now things are getting interesting. Rumours of a funky new exploration ship. Right, so let's jump around a little bit more and see what we can find out. Dun, 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 dun. At least the hyperspace is quick. Unlike certain other space games I can mention. This is from landing control. Back off now! In a really bad-tempered way. Right, there we go. So, right, a new issue of Universal Scientist is available. Excellent. Let's go back to Sol and read the newspapers. So you may be wondering, if you haven't seen this before, you may be wondering, why is this guy playing this really old game, which is about space in a spaceship, and all he's doing is flying back and forth reading newspapers. But this is what this game's about. This is an accurate simulation of space travel in the future. Okay, there's not going to be much shooting anything. Okay, yeah, space combat games in the future. No. Space newspaper games. That's what we have. This is elite newspaper. Right, let's go to. Where should we go today? Let's go to. Can we go to Moscow? I feel we should go to Moscow. We can go to Tokyo. There's San Francisco. New Moscow. I don't know what happened to old Moscow. Let's go to New Moscow. There we go. Off we go to New Moscow. There we go. It's now January. Excellent. Okay, so we're beginning to catch up. Elite reading. Yes, that's like. Wasn't Earth devastated? Well, yes, there was a massive, World War III on Earth, but that was a long time ago. That's about 1,000 years ago in this current timeline. Here we are at Moscow. So smug. Oh no, I forgot to. I forgot to dump the radioactives again. Oops. Better go and talk to the police.
Commander, the Federation welcomes you to a free system. Good trading.
There we go. The Federation. Of course, now the Earth is a unified planet after all this time.
Welcome to the Federal Relay. Feel free to browse it.
It's so depressed, that guy. So why wouldn't all the cities be? Well, that's a very good point. I suppose you can't have. If New York was devastated, you can't have New York, can you? That's not going to make sense. So I don't know. No, maybe some of the cities survived. The devastating World War III. Maybe that's good. It sounds like Moscow didn't, and San Francisco didn't, because we got New San Francisco. So I don't know. I don't know actually whether those names have been Newest York, Shiny New York. Totally reinvigorated York. York with extra shiny bits added on. New Orleans, yes. New York by then, yeah. Probably would be, wouldn't it? Ah dear, that's just silly. And very good, well done. Back to the newspapers. Right, so Imperial Herald reports received. Right, okay, so things are getting worse somewhere. Thargoid, biggest gathering of galactic journalists since the Thargoid Wars. Fighting breaking out on indigenous population. Fighting has broken out between the indigenous population and factions of journalists. I've never heard of a group of journalists fighting a conflict. This is what I like about this game. It's very tongue-in-cheek writing. It's quite funny. It's much less po-faced than Elite Dangerous is. Elite Dangerous almost takes itself a little bit too seriously. This is full of kind of cultural nods to things that were going on in the 90s and stuff. Arms for mouse mats. PR denies corruptions. Jay Biggs of Reagan's Legacy is facing yet more questions following allegations from leading aides that the PR was involved in the widespread smuggling of Ridquatian mouse mat coats throughout the system. The PR, a charismatic demi-android, delicately designed to charm facilities, have previously been known as one of the sector's most popular politicians in this journal. So the interesting that what this talks about is actually androids are totally and utterly acceptable in the universe here, as you know, as they're almost like, you know, they're kind of a bit like androids in the Star Wars universe. They are sort of semi-intelligent, and they can just they can just walk around and hold political office. It's like, what is a Ridquatian mouse mat coat? Gotta get myself one of those. Ridquatian mouse mat coat. So it's a coat made out of Ridquatian mouse mats. Does that make sense? PR Biggs has made several trips to war-torn Ridquat, which of course is an anarchy system, and taken design for plans for a number of Pavovian-built harvesters to enhance the economic value. I don't know what that's talking about. Doesn't make any sense at all. Random intergalactic gossip is now becoming the most serious of the newspapers at this point. Do you have fairies at the bottom of your garden? Oh, this is personal ads. This one pops up every so often. Do you have fairies at the bottom of your garden? No, you've never lived. Then you need the professionals. Fairies are us to replace the sparkle in your life. Good rates, individual or group visitations. Own told tools provided. Desperately seeking something to life me out of the oblivion of Altic, human with limited capacity for steaming jungles seeks well-friended, dry, arid location to alter the horizons of life. Mail with your address, gender, looks, interests unimportant. There's some law here. Elite said Ridquat was famous for its harmless mouse. Oh, okay, that's interesting. The Frontier Gazette to expand on that by amending the mouse mat coats. Dear. New perspectives needed. Life is dull. Yesterday was dull. Tomorrow will be duller. Day after will be the dullest and probably the last, unless someone really interesting comes along to lift me out of this pit. I need you. If you need me, you're not the right one. Interesting. That is that is asking to be a Facebook quote, isn't it? I'm gonna have to go and type that into Facebook and just see what happens. Can you face the challenge of life on the edge? Exceeder, the ultimate starport. Nothing out here but blackness and bad guys. I'm going in a month or so to get away from it all. If you want to come, mail me with your vital statistics, credit rating, and ship number ASAP. And then it tells you how to make a killer cobra drink. 2 parts anarchal gin, 2 parts dry verith liquor, and 3 drops of hydri bitters. There we go. So yeah. Random intergalactic gossip back to full form. Particularly like the desperately seeking something. That's very good. Right, what else we got? Have we got a sensible newspaper? Frontier News. Okay, so Federal Colony fails. Okay, so that's gone wrong. Spectacular raid, pirate fleet. Federal colonists within days of landing. Plausible suggestion. Yeah, okay, nothing particularly interesting there. Okay, some more stuff on the Turner's Quest. Details were released earlier today concerning the new Ross Ives shipyard's flagship, the Turner's Quest. The new ship, designed for interplanetary exploration on a grand scale, is to be fitted with a new engine designed to supersede the current Class 3 military drive. So something better than Class 3. The new Class 4, surprisingly enough, aims to tackle the dual problems of directional range and fuel conversion ratios. The designers have gone back to the drawing board, taking an entirely new approach to the problem of power generation and directional range control. If this final version of the Class 4 delivers the performance specs of the prototypes, then this engine should not only be the most powerful yet seen in spaceflight, but should also deliver a significant increase in range for a given fuel load. In terms of directional control, the Class 4 is expected to be considerably more reliable than its predecessor. Well, that is a good thing. With a greatly reduced incidence of missed jumps and enormous relief for all putative interstellar travellers. It should be borne in mind that both Federal and Imperial navies have ships which are fitted with variants of the Class 4, and this version is simply the first available for civilian use. Yeah, I've already got it because I cheated, but we can have a look at it when we get there. It remains seen whether the new Rosyth designers can deliver something of greater performance specs than those already in existence. Bum, bum, bum. Now let's just check, because I want to make sure that we don't miss the missions. We're supposed to be looking for. We did the dolphin thing, didn't we? We're not quite at the right time yet. So let's just check the mission one case just to make sure, because it's quite difficult to tell with this game. Bulletin board. We're looking for something culturally inclined, but it's just nerve gas, robots, alien artifacts, biographical. So nothing yet. That's kind of as expected though. So that's all right. That's all right. So onwards we go for the more newspapers. I wonder why missed jumps were not introduced into Elite. Yeah, well, it would have been quite cool to have missed jumps because they've been a thing in all the previous versions. You can force a missed jump in this game. There is a button. The community voted against mini jumps. Yeah, they did vote against mini jumps. That's very true. So anyway, more newspapers. Launch. Undercarriage. Right, can I get away before they tell me off the pad? Go, 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 go. Come on. Did I get away with it? I think I did. Yes, I got away without getting a warning. Okay, let's jump around a little bit more. There we go. And let's jump back. So yes, a very exciting gameplay for you all at the moment. More newspapers. Because that's what we have to do to push the game onwards. Of course, if you were playing this properly, which of course is pretty much impossible, you would be building up your ship and its capabilities and your combat ranking and all that kind of good stuff during this kind of period. But because we cheated, and we did that all in Frontier, we didn't cheat in Frontier Elite 2, we did it properly. Because we've already done that, it's exactly the same gameplay. Because this game is not really a sequel or a new game. It's sort of the other game, but with some extra stuff put on top of it. A bit of a graphical switch. Right, there's another newspaper available. Excellent news. Let's go and find out what's going on. There we go. Right, let's remember to dump the radioactives again. And that's been fixed, because in Frontier Elite 2, if you dumped your radioactives like that, they smashed into your ship and killed you. One of the amazing ways to die. Thinking about it, I should just save, shouldn't I? Because we've been doing some stuff. There we go. And we know what this game is like. There we go. So, oh look, you can actually see all the... there's my radioactives spinning out into space. That's quite cool. Let's go to Mars High for a change, because we haven't been there for a while. Now Mars is actually a much nicer place than Earth, as you can see, because it's been terraformed, and because we don't have to match it to any realistic ground, it actually looks like a nice planet. So Mars is a nicer place than Earth at this time in the Elite timeline. Even though it didn't make any sense, shield stops your dumped cargo from hurting you there. Is there a bar? Is there a bar on Mars? I hope so. A Mars bar. There certainly should be a Mars bar. Look at Mars. See, the Mars looks nice. It's got a polar cap and some green and some lakes and oceans and stuff. Awesome stuff. Right, so we are here in Mars. So what do the newspapers say now? Infamy appeased. Okay, so right, His Excellency. This is interesting. The Emperor Hengus Duval has graciously indicated his willingness to have his sublime person conveyed from the Capitol Palace tomorrow for the purposes of inspecting the condition of section of Triumphant Road, which was unexpectedly returned to us several nights ago. The original road was stolen by personal. How do you steal a road? The original has been returned. Okay, well, interesting enough. So, His Celestial Excellency is rumoured to be mildly disquieted over the quantity of funds requisitioned by certain of his ministers, which were channelled into the hasty and unnecessary building of civic monuments. So, bribery and corruption is rife in the Empire, as expected. Popular Representative J. Biggs, Reagan's legacy, missing, believed, killed, fact-finding mission, da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Okay, nothing particular in there. So we're looking for a mission about some taking artifacts to the Empire, but that's not it, I don't think. So let's carry on. Random intergalactic gossip, personal or personal ads. Twilight years, early old age, late 70s, with own home on the fringes of the edge in the low population system with endless free open spaces. Last life companion walked into the sunset last cycle. Someone amenable to sharing walks, cats and Twilight would be welcome. Consider the options and then choose me. Early third age human, 70 plus, with active sporting life, ardent skier, sub-aqua, sun diving when finances permit, and planet hopping, seeks similar to share the adventures. Dear. Side by the pilot with shares in multiple ventures, looking for companion fortune to push the boundaries of all that's possible. Come pirating with me. No imperialists. What? Hollow, please. Yeah, I know, that's right. It's me with a hologram. It's very silly. Right, onwards we go. I'm hoping this month is the one. This is what inspired Facebook. Yeah, it is kind of, isn't it? Well, I know what we do. Let's make that real. Will that work? Yeah, it will work brilliantly. Onwards we go. Right. Put the undercarriage up. Look at me, getting good at that now. Hyperspace. Off we go. Oh, there's a new one ready straight away. Let's go back and read that. That was good. I must have overcooked it a little bit on the last one. Okay, so let's dump that, otherwise we get in trouble. Let's go back to. Oh, that was a bit too fast. Let's go back to. Is there someone to land on Venus? I don't think there is actually. No, there's not even a space station around Venus. No reason to go there, I suppose. Let's go back to Mars. Let's land on the surface of Mars. Why not? Olympus Village. There we are, up near the ice cap. Go. Right, off we go to Mars. It's kind of more Craig. Yes, Craigslist. Remembers that. Right. Yeah, so the next batch of missions is now due. This is good. Now it's the 5th of March, so we'll save when we get there. And with a bit of luck, the next batch of missions is coming up. So there we are on the surface of Mars. So let's check out the newspapers. We're looking for an article called something in the Imperial Herald about taking artifacts. So here we go, the Imperial Herald. Right, here we go. This might be it. Imperial Councillor for Artistic Appreciation, Crown Prince Howard, has today announced the Museum of Imperial Art is to hold an exhibition in honour of the second centennial anniversary of the death. The second centennial anniversary of the death of Miss Zuza Meyer, the renowned 4D artist. Miss Meyer's art graces some of the most famous sites in the inner core, the hanging gardens of the Imperial Embassy at Zaex and the subterranean exhibit of the Miners' Labour Club in somewhere else. Being but two notable examples, the centrepiece of the exhibit, however, will be the 5 Furies. Okay, this is it. This is the mission trigger. This is good. Right. This is the most wonderful example of conceptual art that was donated by the artist to the Museum of Imperial Antiquity on Emerald and Semius system in grateful memory of the many happy hours spent at the museum in contemplation of the Emperor's fantastic array of anti-gravity waterfalls. Now that's interesting. Anti-gravity waterfalls are a thing. Because, of course, in the Elite Dangerous universe, there's no anti-gravity. So where do the anti-gravity waterfalls go? A spokes being... not a spokesperson, a spokes being, has categorically denied the pernicious rumours of the sculpture's forthcoming sale to an independent collector as Federalist propaganda, which obviously means it's true. Citizens are reminded of their glorious duty to report any person or being heard seen to be propagating federal information in the form of the local Imperial Guard. So split on anybody who's telling the truth, okay? So yeah, anti-gravity waterfalls are a thing. I want one of those. Okay, so that's the mission trigger. That's good. Federal Times, Furies. Okay. So 5 Furies to London. So this is that was the Imperial take. This is the Federal take. Many Shekels Trust is said to be considering the purchase. The thing that the Empire just said wasn't true. Of Zusameya's 4D sculpture, the 5 Furies, which has spent the last 2 centuries residing in some obscurity in the Museum of Imperial Antiquity in Chekhov Port on Conversion, the second Imperial planet in the system of Achenar. The sculpture, which is one of the earliest examples of 4D art, was donated to the MIA by the artist following the lengthy and intricate discussions with then Emperor Councillor for the Aesthetic Appreciation, Crown Prince Hemian III, younger brother to the Emperor of the time. So basically he stole it, is what they're saying. The piece was considered to be in direct competition to a piece of art produced by the Crown Prince himself, and it was subsequently expunged from all records by the Imperial propaganda machine. The Trust has proved not only its existence but its exact location. And they are applying significant pressure to have it unearthed, literally, and returned to the public domain. Imperial Diplomatic Council said to be advising the Emperor to allow the piece to leave Imperial space, and it's likely that it will be sold, no doubt, for an extortionate sum in the near future. Okay, cool. So, anti-grav. I've been to an outpost in Odyssey. There is an anti-gravity AF. Bogplot, have you missed the Space Tea? Yes, the Space Tea arrived early. The Space Tea has arrived. Okay, so the 5 Furies is a thing. Random Intergalactic Cops is just still doing personal ads. Splash out on a mail and tell me about yourself. Me, not too tall, not too bright, but endless emotional resources. You, not too serious, not too arrogant and willing to explore the worlds. Inspired intellectual with moderately oversized ego seeks appropriate soulmate to prevent further untoward expansion. I think that's mine, that one is. Inspired intellectual with moderately oversized ego. Does that sound like anybody you know? Ah, dear. A creator android, yes, we do exist. Now that's interesting, actually. I know this isn't to be taken too serious, but in the lore there are androids who are very creative and do things. So we know about Jax, of course, in Elite Dangerous, but he's the only one of note that we see. Soulful poetic upgrade from early theta model, self-written software and auto-created hardware to produce near-dreaming soul space. 3D chess android for passions for puzzles. Dream hangover. Multiple appearances in Dreamware have left me drained of soul. If you're feeling able to give time, space and non-commercial dream time to a worn-out ex-dreamer, mail me. Organics preferred. What's the cocktail for today? Cool silk sheets. Never a bad idea. 6 ice cubes, sucrose syrup, cream, creme de cacao, Syrian burnt wine. Blue nice shaker. I don't know where this stuff comes from.
Greetings from the Federation. Enjoy your visit.
Thank you very much, I will. Right, so what do we do now? We need to check the bulletin board then, because there should be a mission, we hope.
This is the relay link of the Federation.
Here. Someone for a removal job, donations for galactic welfare. And where is the mission though? The mission is supposed to be, maybe it hasn't happened yet. So we're looking for a mission that starts culturally inclined, but I don't see it on the mission board, unless I missed it there. Right, donations to Guardian of the Free Spirit, passage on the ship, Federal Time subscription offer, someone for a removal job, useful information, galactic vacancy required, pavement, fast ship, job wanted, Ship required. Imperial help? No. So that's interesting. We haven't got the mission yet. But we have had the newspaper queue. So let's jump out and jump back again and see if that helps. Maybe the game needs a moment to catch up with the mission thingies. So we're supposed to apparently be changed to another port. Okay, so let's go to, where should we go to? Let's go to Earth this time, because let's just go to which base station haven't we been to recently? We haven't been to Lin Kuo Yao or Li Qing Yao. Dump those. Hyperspace. Off we go. Right, let's see how it goes. See if we can get this mission. It's only been an hour. Now, all we've done so far is read the newspapers. Such is the nature of this game. Right, I want the mission this time. Right, here we go. So, come on, game. Give us the mission.
Welcome to the Federation. We wish you a peaceful and productive
Isn't she the
stay.
girl we met on Mars? And T, yes. Moon. Right, so the newspaper should still be current. Okay, cultural trust, honours, artistic, yep, so that's good. So, bulletin board. Wanted, federal military wanted, position on a starship, medicines will pay lots of money, passage for a small group wanted, Federal Time subscription offer, Frontier News subscription offer, small package to Alpha Centauri, goods bought and sold, passage on the ship to Tau Ceti, donations to Friends of the Galaxy, removal required again, ship required, removal required, Imperial Herald subscription offer, Guardians of the Free Spirit, and yeah, it's not appearing. She's got a twin sister. There's lots of clones in it, so the mission isn't spawning, which is annoying. So suggestions. Have I subscribed to the news? Yeah, I've got enough subscriptions left. I've paid for quite a few, so we're good there. She did look a bit like a Jenny. Yeah, so the newspaper isn't the newspaper. The mission isn't spawning, which is kind of annoying. All we can do really is jump around. Let's do another jump out and back and see if it will do it for us. It's a little bit annoying when the game does stuff like that, but what can we do? Okay, so there's another issue of the newspaper available now, so is that going to push it over? I don't know. We're still in March, so by the time we get there, it's not going to be March. Oh, there's the undercarriage up again. Let's hope it's still there, that we can do that mission. Let's go to Abraham Lincoln. I don't know why the mission didn't spawn there, but let's see if it works this time. What I'll do is I'll check it before and after reading the newspapers, see if that helps. Otherwise, I don't really know. It's still March. There we go. We just squeaked in before the end of March. Is the mission here? Missing person, goods bought and sold. Needed job. Ship required. Wanted. Ship payment. Donations. Restore historical buildings. Medicines. Ah, there it is. The mission. Yeah, it is. There's the mission. We've got it. Good. Right, just appeared. Right, culturally inclined. Transporter required. Careful driver needed to return the Five Fury statue to its rightful home. Good prices paid, plus the gratitude of the galaxy's artistic community. Well, what a jolly nice thing. Right, so let's save here. So, because now, according to Jade's website, Another mission involving taking artifacts from the Empire. This one seems to be above board, unlike the previous one where we stole the statue. The main thing you should know about this is the times given when does this need to be done part of the mission briefing on the BBS are wrong, and you should do the mission as soon as you receive the contract. You will need a passenger compartment. Okay, so there's a bug here. Surprise, surprise. In the game. And so let's have a look at this mission. Okay, so return the five Fury statue to its rightful home. Good price paid. Right, what do you want me to do? Transport the Five Fury statue from Fort O'Brien Emerald Semius, which is down in the Empire, of course, to Oliver Port on Goldstein's Rock in Epsilon Iridani. When does it need to be done? Now. Okay, the statue requires to be collected on the 12th of June and delivered by the 15th of June. Now that's presumably wrong. I don't know why that's wrong. How much will you pay? £2,000 on safe delivery. Okay. Actually, there's no option to negotiate there. Okay, I'll collect your statue. Thank you. The credit will be transferred at arrival at account of Oliverport. Okay, well that's straightforward enough. So what Jade's website suggests we do this mission straight away. So I will do that. We're going to put, unless we've already got one, there's the mission. Have we got a, we need a, apparently we need a cargo, not a cargo, we have got a cabin though according to that, so let's just double check. Passenger cabin. We have an extra passenger cabin because we've got the option to remove it, so that should be okay, and there's nobody in that passenger cabin, so we should be good to do it. Okay, good, excellent mission, yay. Flaming Gent has just hosted the stream. Thank you very much for the host, that's awesome. Right, so let's go to where are we heading to? Down to, was it Semius, was it? I thought that was down here. Maybe I'm wrong. Where is it we're going here? Fort O'Brien Emerald Simius, -2, -2. Okay, so where's -2? Oh, that's more. Oh, there's Simius there. Okay, so where's that from where we are? It's that sort of direction. Okay, so it's a couple of jumps for us. That's okay. No worries. Right, so let's sort out somewhere to go. Right, okay, we're off then. Right, launch. Get ourselves out of there, and we'll go and try and do the mission straight away. Boom. Okay. There's Simius. It's in range. In fact, I didn't realise we could hyperspace jump from the map. That's quite good. I didn't even have to be looking at the screen to do that. Right, so where have we got to go now? Drew Wager, top mission. What am I doing? Deliver the 5 storage factory from Fort O'Brien Emerald. Okay, so which one's Emerald? Emerald is the second planet. And Fort O'Brien is a major starport on the surface of that planet. Okay, so let's go there. Fort O'Brien, there it is. Nice. Now, there might be pirates, of course, in this system, so we're going to have to bear that in mind. Okay, go. Let's see. Oh, there are. Yes, surprise, surprise. Right. Okay. So and that looks like a big pirate. Oh, that's the hyperspace tunneling thing. Let's turn the labels on for a moment. There we go. Oh, look, we've got a plasma accelerator now, which means if we can hit the guy, he should be a one shot. Yay! Where's the other one? Here he is. Boom. Nothing like it. It was a plasma accelerator, wasn't it? Oh no, it's a 100 megawatt beam laser, sorry. There we go. Anyway, it's ridiculously OP even though we have landing tables. Can we down there? Yeah, so there we go, autopilot's on. Right, off we go. Turn labels. So it looks like those are the only pirates attempting to get us, which is nice. Right, so let's see what happens. Does it automatically load on? Oh, hang on a minute. I should probably be... Oops, too late. Dumping the radioactives. Right, so let's land. Okay, so it's actually been put on the strip automatically. Here is the 5 Furies statue. We will be expecting you at Oliverport. Okay, awesome. Well, I think I must be able to sell the.
Hi, are you the one looking for teasel furs? We're still out of stock.
Okay. Let's sell those radio. We can sell them here. They're not illegal, which is nice. Let's have a few more since we've been using them up. Okay, so now where have we got to go? We've got to go to Oliverport, Ellipson Iridani 10. So 10 minus 2. No, that's going the wrong way. 10 is over there. Okay, so Ellipson Iridani is literally just around the corner from Seoul, so that's okay. So we can get there. It's almost just one jump. Right, so let's do that. Let's do this thing. Okay, launch request. Engines on, undercarriage up, full throttle. Speed up time. And boom, space jump. Okay, new newspapers available as well. Let's go to Ellipson Iridani, which is up there. That's there. We're going to Oliverport. So where is that? Oliverport is. Oliverport, there it is on Goldstein's Rock. Okay, that's the second planet out. Cool. Okay, so far, a pretty straightforward mission. Okay, we'll read the newspapers when we get there. Okay, off we go. Pirates attack. Quite possibly. Presumably this thing is relatively valuable, or not, maybe, I don't know. Funny thing how responsive the UI in this is compared to a D. I know most of the latency comes from network. I know that is a good point actually. See, single player games for the win. None of this networking malarkey. Right, so this is the surface. It looks like that's it. Thank you. The credit has been transferred to your account. Boom! Successful mission. Woohoo! It took us an hour of newspaper reading to get there, and 10 minutes to do the actual mission. Ah dear, there we go. Well, we've successfully done that thing. That's good. Well done, everybody. We delivered the 5 Furies. So that's another mission ticked off. Well done. Right, what's going on? Imperial Herald. Infamous attempt to cheat the Emperor thwarted. Something of the Triumphal Road and Civic Monuments. Yeah. More war-torn stuff. Again, I think this is just filler fluff at this one. Random intergalactic gossip is still doing Boa Day. I think we've had enough of those. Frontier News. Secondly found in Segondly. After much ominous silence. No, missing action agent. I think that's just ready stuff. And they're a universal scientist. Okay, so new development in fuel technology. Engineers and technologists at Neuroscience shipyards developing a new generation of mining machines capable of converting base nuclear ores into fuel suitable for use by the new Class 4 military drives. A redevelopment of the core reactor in the Class 4 enables the drive to use a wider range of semi-stable fuels with an improved fuel conversion ratio. More thrust per tonne than the old Class 3. If it works, the innovation removes one of the last barriers to let's go. If it works, this innovation removes one of the last barriers to infinite distance deep space travel. However, to be effective, the machines have to survive long periods unattended in a wide variety of planetary environments, and this is yet to be tested. So new technology is coming. So yeah, okay, cool. Have we read this one? The first production module. No, I think we must have missed this one. The first production model of the Neuroscience shipyard's Deep Space Explorer Turner's Quest is ready for her maiden flight. The ship, designed by Mick Turner to extend the range and accuracy of possible exploration, embark on an exploratory mission to an undisclosed destination said to be beyond the northern edge boundaries. The ship's specs vary somewhat from the original design. In this case, the ship is to be equipped with an original interspecies translator. Ooh. Recovered from the Argent's Aerodynamics Museum. and restored to full working order. The IST was developed by the early INRA researchers to facilitate communication with the Thargoid race prior to the aliens' exclusion from the galaxy. To the best of our knowledge, there's no further function than to communicate with the Thargoids, and its inclusion in Turner's inventory can only increase the suspicion that the Turner's quest may, after all, be intended for more than just the discovery and development of unpopular. So what is Mick Turner up to is the question. Okay, so the ship is ready. It's taking a translation device with it. And it's got a class 4 military drive for long range. Dun dun dun! Exactly, Camille Later. What's going on? Okay, so that's basically where we got to. So we must have missed a couple of newspaper. One of the Rustlers branch out. Okay. Mayflower Old Rock Cafe has disappeared because what was the Imperials talking about? Federal Spy Court. Ah, evil federal spies. No federal ships will be to land or take off. Okay. Presumably random intergalactic gossip has just got more personal ads. Yep. All I need is emotional integrity and a partner prepared to give me space to live. Human preferred, but not fussy. I think they ran out of things for the random intergalactic gossip to do somehow. Right. So now is there another mission here? So, okay. Now there is something about a hitchhiker being stranded. Let's have a look on the bulletin board and see if that's there as well.
Hi, everything's open.
That guy's way too enthusiastic. So no gas, liquor, removal, federal times. No, so no sign of this mission. There should be a news item in the Imperial Herald though, according to the guide. So let's have a look at famous attempt here. Displeasure. Federal Spy Court. So maybe we missed it there. Yes, this is it. Jan Thika. Okay, that was last month. We actually missed that mission. So let's just go back and double check because. So I'm going to. I've got this one saved. Well, at least I have now. Let's go back a few saves and just see if it shows up. Because it looks like we missed the time. Both. It's a kind of a bit annoying. Both missions happen in the same month. Because. You can't easily do both of them. They haven't got the time. So why they overlap them in the same month when there's been 6 months without any missions doesn't make a great deal of sense. But there we go. Right, so I'm going to load a previous save and see if the mission is in there. So we can at least try that one. Let's have a look at what newspapers are around at the moment. So that's the art collection one. Okay, so that's no good. Let's load that one. What's going on with the newspapers here? Federal Spy Court. Okay, so that's what the Imperial Herald says. So there should be a mission here telling us about a hitchhiker. There's the culturally inclined one. There we are. So this is the other mission. I suppose we could have taken them both at the same time. Now these two missions are slightly exclusive. Okay, so I've gone back in time to do the save. So let's try this one. The two missions, they're not connected in a sense. So okay, so whoever this is basically in. So let's go back. Let's get this right. Okay, so according to the Imperial Herald, Federal Spy has been caught. All right, homekeepers on the Quiet Edge system of New America on the Frontier system were yesterday shocked to learn of the existence of a federal spy in their midst. Boo, hiss, federal spy. Jan Thika, apparently incorruptible worker for the greater strength of the Empire, was named by the local Imperial Guard as one of the leaders of a small ring of dedicated federal spies. Arrest of the accused followed immediately and subsequent dialogue with Interrogation Council. Thika agreed to help the citizens of the Empire with their inquiries. Okay. A number of co-conspirators are being sought at the time of writing and will be taken into custody in due course. So no Federation ships will permit to take off the land, etc., etc. Now, on the bulletin board, then, there is this hitchhiker stranded on the outer system. So they've managed to escape to the outer system, but they can't get off. Close relatives will pay for any command to find and return to any federal base. Okay, Jan Thika. The person in the newspaper. Stranded at Camp Campbell needs urgent transport off planet. What must I do? Collect Jan Thika from the starport on the planet of New America in the system and return it to any federal base. When would you like this done? Jan will be waiting for you on the 19th of August. Really? Is this mission dangerous? Possibly. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. How much is it worth? 2,000. I'd like half the money. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's try it. Do I have to wait until August? That seems awful. Given this is a crisis, waiting 3 months. No, actually, even longer than that, like 4 or 5 months, seems like a long time. Freaky deaky doo, let's get this right. Is this a Drew stream? Oh dear. So, okay, well anyway, so according to this, pick up Jan Thika on the 19th of August and deliver her to any federal, so that's quite a long delay, isn't it? Anyway, let's try and do it. Yes, help, pick me up in 4 months' time. 5 months' time. That just seems a bit weird. I don't know why that is. Okay, so we've got to do that mid-August. The date seems to be random. Okay. So anyway, so let's see if we can get this mission done, and we'll just keep an eye on the newspapers as well. So we could have done them both. So yeah, unfortunately, by the time we got back from the previous mission, the mission trigger had disappeared. So that's kind of a shame. Pretty slow on the uptake. There's an escaped criminal spy. Could be around anywhere. We've only got 5 months to find her. What? Anyway, right, where are we going? So the Margo system, -8, -3. That's quite a long way out, actually. -8, -3. That's a fair old for this game. That's got a way out there. There's affiliate system. Okay, so let's head out in that general direction. Where are we now? There we go. So we kind of -8, -3. So that's a pretty long old way actually to go. To be honest. So let's make our way across there. Right. So even in this ship with its completely hacked drive units, it's going to take us a fair old length of time to get out there. Maker system. -2, -3. There we are. Doing that it only took 5 minutes to do the other one. Yeah, sorry, I was humming to myself. My son has been humming Star Wars all day. I could do the other ones, but I don't think it really matters. We have kind of done both missions. -8, -3. Right, we almost. There's the Margaret system. Right, although to be honest, we might as well go there, check it out. But we can't pick them up. Right, there's a new newspaper available, so let's just check this place out. Okay, so there's a single space station there, Davies High. How bad is the system in terms of piracy? Well, we'll find out, won't we? New America. Davies High. It's now April the 29th. There's a new newspaper available, so let's go and check that out. Oh, the ship's under attack. Not bad as well. Let's see. Is that a ship? No. Not even getting out. Okay, so this is quite a bad system. Full. Boom, boom, boom. Don't mess with us. We've got a big gun. Tip from Jade: your destination doesn't have military fuel. Yeah, I spotted that. So I think we've got plenty on board. Actually, just a minute. Let's just turn the autopilot off for a moment because I want to jettison the fuel just in case. I don't think it's illegal here, but just in case it is. We've got quite a lot of military fuel at the moment. Let's check out, see what's going on. Right, clearance granted. Okay, so Davy's high. Right, so let's check out what the newspapers are saying at the moment. I think this is the newspapers that we read. Yeah, these are the newspapers that we read last time, so we've kind of already seen these ones. We're now basically hanging around for this mission, Jan Thika, so we need to jump around a bit. It's now the 1st of May, and we've got to wait to the 19th of August, so let's do that. Let's call that Thika then. And launch. Okay, undercarriage up. Let's get things like. Let's just jump about a bit. Let's go up here. Jump back. On the time. Right, so there we go. And jump back in. Wrong button. Don't go too far because of hyperspace range. Okay, there's a new thingy available, so let's go and check out the newspapers. Jettisoning the radioactive well flying towards the planet 300 kilometres below seems very responsible. I think so indeed. I don't think there's any harm caused there at all. Right, so we now just kind of got to kill time again. So let's go and read those newspapers. Is there anything in the system? Actually, no, there's not. There's nothing here in the system at all. Let's go back to the Megria system. In that case. Oh, irritating. There we go. And we know there's quite a few pirates here, but we can deal with them. We're good. It's New America I want, isn't it? There we are. Davy's high again. Oh, you again. Yeah, what are you doing hanging around in our system? Well, you know, it's a pretty bad system. Definitely chucking a few ships at me. I do find it quite amusing actually sometimes to have a totally OP ship. You want to attack me, do you? That's a very foolish thing to do. You could do the laser cooling booster though, judging by how fast my beam laser is. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody done? No. Oh, that's an eagle. Was an eagle. This is a bit of a problem with this game. Once you get to us, I mean, I know we've cheated, which isn't really fair, obviously. Look, he actually got my shields down. Good for him. Is that you do once you got beyond a certain point with your ship, you were effectively invulnerable because the anything above the sort of 20 megawatt beam laser was pretty much a one kill weapon. And so the 100 megawatt one that's on the ship at the moment, and the small plasma accelerator and large plasma, they were just lethal. There's no NPC that could stand up against you, so they weren't very well balanced. Now this is one of those wacky space station designs here, isn't it? Didn't notice that on the way in. Right, so newspapers again. What's going on? Imperial Navy saves population. Federation warship stood by while our Imperial Navy evacuated the entire population of the planet Ulrich world, which has been overwhelmed by a natural disaster. Risking everything in order to save the population, our ship stripped down to the broiling, surging dust clouds, putting the Federal Navy to shame. Huzzah for the Empire! In only 3 days, everyone on the planet had been picked up and transferred to a waiting transport fleet for ferrying back to New World, where they will be looked after, in inverted commas, by a division of the local Imperial Guard until their planet has recovered enough for a resettlement. A small settlement of Imperial officers and men has been established on the planet to maintain vital works of art, impose android discipline, carry out animal husbandry to recover and inter the bodies of the many Imperial pilots lost in the operation. In order to comply with galactic law, they've established an interim government. And the head of the interim government at Ulrich has applied for membership of the Empire. Oh, well, how fancy that. And His Imperial Majesty has been gracious enough to accept the application. Oh, well, that's jolly nice. That's exactly how things should be done. That's really good writing. Right, so what does what do you think the Federation makes of this then? Because this is a lovely piece of good news story by the Empire. I mean, they're just good guys. I mean, don't you get how glorious and wonderful the Empire is? It really is. In the best interests of all spacefaring people, everyone should join the Empire because they're the best. Okay. Federal Times, right. So this is actually something else. Where was that? Where's that Imperial thing happening? Ulrich World. Okay, so the Federal Times isn't covering that story. Today, the Home's 130 hardcore journalists. What's a hardcore journalist? Today, the Home's Hopperworth, a home to 130 hardcore journalists, was under siege when hosts of Imperial reporters, backed by recidivists from the local community, delivered a barrage of missiles and insults at the hotel. What? It's like a war going on between journalists. Barricading ourselves inside, we returned fire. The situation might have deteriorated had not a courageous group of frontier correspondents armed with soda-juice cocktails launched a rear attack on our aggressors from Mrs. Doom Parker's boarding. Incensed by reports that the Emperor Henko's devours dispatching a naval war fleet to protect his literary hacks, we're now petitioning the federal government to retaliate appropriately. I've got no idea what that is about at all. Random intergalactic gossip is just basically given up, I think, at this point in the game, and turned into personal ads only, which is a bit of a shame actually, because they were some of the best articles. Repellent, slimy bigot with foul personal habits and appallingly bad sense of humour, also incorrigible liar, seeks similarly revolting companion to frighten the neighbours. Only truly ghastly hollows will earn a reply. No Imperials. Anybody else is welcome. Therapist nightmare. No hang-ups, no complexes, no rampant political beliefs, no raging political bigotry. How can anyone this normal survive in the universe today? Is a very, very good question. If you two are baffled, mail me and we can discuss the possibilities. Ah dear. Right. Hang on. There's Frontier News. Frontier in danger. Okay, so this is the relations between Imperial and Federal correspondents. Basically, there's a war going on between journalists. No idea why. Okay, so now a sensible article. What's going on? Turner's Quest, the new Ross Life shipyard's flagship, launched today with her namesake at the controls, en route for wherever it's going, and then points north. The final ship's inventory was released after launch and includes all of the latest technology available to Deep Space Explorer. The new Class 4 military driver, cargo hold carrying sufficient fuel to take her well beyond the northern edge, and a number of newly developed minor processors reported in the last issue. Neither Meredith Argent nor the press managers at the NRS will confirm the destination of the quest, but it seems almost certain that between them, Turner and Argent have developed a ship capable of reaching the nearest system thought to have been used as a base by the extinct race of aliens, the Thargoids, in their incursions into this part of the galaxy. Whether this final intention is archaeological, developmental or commercial is unclear, but the target can no longer be in doubt. Ooh. So they're going to Mianadin -6, -1/6. Anyway, so we've still got to rescue our federal spy, who still we haven't got yet. So onwards we go. Things are happening. Yes, so this is definitely the case. So let's keep jumping back and forth, doing what we do. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now it's now June. That's good. So what I might quite do actually, I might keep jumping back and forth rather than dropping in. We can read the newspapers all in one go. Otherwise we may run out of time. We don't want that. So there's another universal thingy. I just need to keep an eye on the fuel. Actually, I think we're fine, but let's just keep an eye on it. How much fuel have I got? 26 tons. That should be fine. 23rd of June. Let's go back up there again. You've got to get to the 19th, isn't it? 19th of August. Okay, back again. Dun 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 dun. Now it's the 5th of July. We're getting there. Okay. Now it's the 12th of July, so I think we'll go back to the system now and hang around in the general area. No, we can do another couple of jumps. Let's just do that. 20th of July. Okay, right, we're getting close now. Alright, so that takes us almost into August. I think we might be able to get away with one more jump. Let me save it there, just in case it doesn't work. Because I don't know how long it's going to take us to get to. I think that's probably going to be alright. Okay, good. Right, so that takes us to the 12th of August. Okay, so good. Now, where have we got to go? Camp Campbell in the Margrave system. Camp Campbell, we need to find that. So, that is a spaceport. Camp Campbell is actually on the surface of New America. Okay, so let's head down there. And then when we get there, we can read the newspapers again, find out what's going on. Right, there's Camp Campbell, so let's go there. We've got 7 days to get there, that should be fine. Obviously we're going to get hit by the pirates almost straight away, because that's what happens. Full of ships. Does save a lot of time having an OP weapon. Zap. There we go. Right. Good night. Right, there we go. Sort it out. Is it possible to fall off the edge of the galaxy? I don't know. I don't think. Well, you can get to the edge of the galaxy. I don't think you can fall off the edge of it. And the galaxy is flat, actually. In these games, the galaxy is kind of flat. It's got a little bit of dimension, but not much. Right. So we're here on the 14th of August. So presumably it's okay if we just hang around. We've got the cargo bay, haven't we? Yeah. So let's just hang around then. Shall I save? Just because. Okay, there we go. Let's just let time pass. Right, that's the 16th. Doesn't cost too much out here. Look, it's only half a credit to park, whereas in Seoul it's like 4 credits. Pretty expensive. Right, it's the 17th. So with a bit of luck, tomorrow. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't give us a time. On August the 19th, we're at Camp Campbell. We're in the Merger system.
The Imperial High Command extends its greetings to
yeah,
us.
so we're here. So let's see if Jan Thika turns up. Dun 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 dun. Is she going to appear? Today's birthing charge has been deducted. Okay. So you know. Sometimes in the game you just have to wait a few seconds, and it will do its thing. It's the 18th. One more day. One day more. Sorry, I keep breaking the song for no good reason. Right, so okay, we're here, Janthika. You need to make yourself known. Thank you for the follow there, Grady. I appreciate that. So what do we do? How long do we wait? Well, it's only been a minute, I suppose. So while we're doing that, let's sell all our, because I think I've forgotten about the radioactives, because they're not illegal here, so that's okay. We've got plenty of military fuel. Message from Camp Campbell. Today's birthing charge. So nothing has happened. 19th of August. Tomorrow's... it's midnight. Maybe he's still sleeping, yeah. Yeah, I know I'm an escaped spy and the entire Federal Navy's after me, but I don't get up before 8 a.m. I don't know, what do I do? Do I sort of sit... Sometimes they just don't show up. Oh dear, maybe she's been killed. I don't know. Shall I advance time a bit? See what happens? Is she going to turn up? I've been waiting there all day. She hasn't turned up. There's only half an hour of today left. 4 months was just a month too late for her. That's a bit disappointing, as we are here. Well, there's not much I can do if she doesn't turn up. Yes, JR988, committed gameplay. We spent the entire stream reading newspapers and wasting time waiting for NPCs who haven't turned up. So this is a bit of a shame. She hasn't appeared. Okay, so in FFE and FFE, if they don't show up within about 30 seconds of the time, they're not coming. So that's... Does the mission then fail? Okay, so now it's the 20th of August. So, no. Is she dead? What happened? What's the explanation? Oh, I spent ages doing that as well. Sadly, yes. Oh, so poor old Janthika. So is that random? Stood up by an NPC. I know exactly. No, the cabin's not occupied. At least I don't think it is. Oh, it says cabins 1. Space 1. Yes, that means it's not occupied, doesn't it? Stood up by an NPC, I know. Janthika has let me down. She didn't even phone, no text, nothing. Okay, well, there you go. I think it's just a bug. Oh, see, yet another bug. This game, as we've discussed before, is beset by bugs. So that's a shame. That's a shame. You have one. Okay, check your passenger list. Do I have one? How do I get to my passenger list? Where's the passenger list? Cargo inventory contract. Where's the passenger list? A bug? A surprise, to be sure. No, I don't think I've got a passenger. There's nothing shown. I don't have an option for the passenger list, do I? There's nothing else there. When did I become elite? I cheated. So I don't know. I think that one's busted. Yeah, I have one cabin and one. How do I? Okay, so does that mean it's worked but hasn't updated that, and hasn't told me on the screen. So if so, we can try to complete the mission by going back to Seoul, can't we? So let's see. Let's see if it works. Because we hang around and waited for her all day. So let's try. Oops! Vacate the air carrier immediately. All right. I'm on the gate. Right, let's get out of here. Head back to Seoul then. So we're obviously not local in this space. We've got to go north a little bit, so let's do that. So sometimes you can hyperspace from this map and sometimes you can't, which is a bit weird. So sometimes I have to get the I don't know, that's weird. It's one of those things. Right, we're almost back to federal space. There we can. Oh, actually I've gone past federal space. There's Seoul. Let's go to Seoul. It's out of range. I'm going to have to do an extra jump. Oh, drive failure. Oops, now we're dead in space again. This game. Yeah, right, sorry about that. Right, I'm going to have to do that bit again now. Right, let's get the drive serviced.
Good day, Commander.
Shipyard, repairs and servicing, do the deluxe service. Well, maybe she'll turn up again. Who knows? Let's find out. I should sit on me these bugs. Yeah, I should. Remember to service the ship, says Carbonator. Thank you very much. Dear. Right, let's see if she turns up this time. So, okay, let's just check the thing. So before, yeah, you're quite right. Look, cabins 0, 1. What does that mean? So cabin 0, 1, cargo space. Cabin 0, 1, cargo space 3490. So that would mean 34 available. Okay, so does that mean occupied is 0? Right. So. Okay, so what does 0 passenger 1, is that what it means? 0 passenger 1 cabin, okay. So, alright. So that's a good point. So there's a bug here, although we have picked her up, but she just hasn't announced herself. Okay, so 34 used, right, okay, so that makes sense. So what that's basically said, 34 used out of 90, 0 used out of 1. Okay. So when, basically as we get to the 19th, which in a moment, okay, we'll give it 30 seconds. Basically, the bug is that the message doesn't appear. Okay, so this is the 19th. If we look at the thing now, it says 0, 1. Okay, so let's let it spin on for a bit. Just stop before. She wouldn't announce herself. She is a spy, I suppose. That's her point. Yes. Has she appeared yet? No. So how long do I have to wait for her to appear? There, she sneaks onto my ship without announcing anything. She is a spy. She's a really good one. I didn't spot her getting on. Did anybody spot her getting on? No, but she is on. She is on the ship now. Excellent. Okay, right. So we've got her. She's on board the ship. But we didn't know that, okay? Because she's an excellent spy. Right, so we can get out of here. See if we can get out before we get told off for loitering. Yay, we did it. Okay, so let's head for Seoul. You're going to die soon. What kind of message is that? You're going. What's that? You're going to die soon. Who's sending me that message? coming. I don't know who's sending that. No, I'm not. Recycle or die. I don't know whose that message was from. Just a general message. You're going to die soon. Nothing personal, sir. But you are going to die soon. Okay, that's nice. Thank you for that. You're going to die soon. It's a very strange game, this one. The game is funny. I know. The game really doesn't like me, does it? It's outrageous. It's never forgiven me for hacking the save file, basically, has it? It knows. Right, there's more newspapers available, so we can hopefully read about our exploits at some point. Right, we can get to Seoul. Yay! We got 10 minutes to finish this mission. Right, I think we're going to make it. Right, let's dump the radioactives because it's Seoul. Dumping radioactives in the Seoul system. Very dodge. Right, so let's deliver back to Abraham Lincoln, because why wouldn't you want to go to Abraham Lincoln? And the good thing about Seoul, of course, is that it's pirate free, so that's a good thing. Right, here we go. Save. Right, there we go. Just before we get there, because we know what this game's like. Autopilot is on. Right, there we go. Right. All the headlines are, you're going to die soon. If you succeed at an FDev game, they put a contract out on you. Zypho says, I'm baffled by these fun-destroying design decisions. Service your shop breaks and leaves you stranded. I know. Even if you do, you might miss jump and get stranded in the middle of nowhere anyway. Yay! It's all fun. It's, yeah, and stuff. A design decision to, yeah, the problem is you can't really go long range exploring in these games because there's no way to service your drive out in deep space. You can only go so far and then you just die. Your ship is marooned. So there isn't you can't cross the galaxy in this game unless you use the wormhole bug exploit, which I think is patched in this game. So there isn't any long distance exploration because there's no way to fix your ship. Right, so okay, congratulations, you have earned a promotion to Commodore. So there's my reward for rescuing Jan Thika, the very, very discreet spy. I wonder if that's by design that she doesn't announce herself. Because, I mean, you'd kind of expect her to, once she had snuck on your ship, to sneak up to the cockpit and possibly sneak up behind you, put your knife to your throat and say, it's safe to take off. We can go now, because otherwise you'd be sitting there for hours not knowing. And there could be people after. I don't know. Strikes me as a very strange thing to do. Oh, we've got some lovely music playing. Sorry about that. Oh, is that the victory music? It is. It's the victory music, isn't it? Well done, well done. You attaboy. So I'm now a Commodore. Get me. Okay, Commodore. So that's good, and I'm getting some victory music playing. Right, so we have achieved something. So that mission is done. Oh, I've probably got a fine by the look of that. Oh no, they're okay with me for some reason. They're radioactives on board. Right, so that's kind of good. Now, okay, now. Right, hang on. How do I stop this music? Can we turn it down a bit? I'm now a Commodore 64. Congratulations. There is a little bit. Music is a bit kind of like. Well, never mind. Right, so we are now, my friends. We are getting close to the end of this. Now, so the next mission, having done that one, the Five Furies and the Stranded Hitchhiker, the next mission, there are 4 missions coming. Well, kind of 4 missions. The next mission starts on the 5th of October, and it's to do with those ships that we've been seeing in the Universal Scientist. So, and the Argent Quest. Okay, that's what's happening next. We get promoted to Amiga next. So let's catch up on the newspapers because we've ignored them a little bit. Okay, so Imperial Rescue Operations is a success. Okay, so this is interesting. All right, so Imperial science. Hang on, there's quite a lot's happened. So Imperial Navy saves population. We read that one. Imperial food stocks rise. Food production figures. Da-di-da-di-da. Okay, that's just stuff. Okay, this one's more interesting things. Imperial scientists make breakthrough. We do things better here. Okay. Imperial scientists have led the Federation colleagues to a breakthrough in the Institute of Trichopathy, Trisogyny, and Trichology, whatever that is. Desperately important area of human male baldness. Okay, another piece of fluff. Okay, right, so that's that. Right, Imperial rescue operation succeeds. The independent courier and pilot fortune Commander Joe Merion of Olwayn has undertaken a spectacularly daring rescue operation at the personal behest of His Exalted Majesty Hengist Duval. It has become known to the Emperor that his close friend and ally, interesting enough, Commander Mick Turner, had run into technical difficulties while on a mission of exploration in deep space north of the Edge. Commander Turner was the subject of a particularly savage pirate attack, and the Turner's Quest, that funky new spaceship, was left without main drive power and with life support systems failing. Turner was forced to abandon the ship, but relayed an SOS message to His Imperial Majesty just before launching the escape capsule. His Excellency directed Commander Merion, a pilot of well-recognised skill with a long record of Imperial cooperation, to undertake an immediate rescue mission to locate and recover the escape capsule from deep space. The most recent reports relayed by Commander Merion suggest that the capsule has been located and that pickup will take place later today. We fully expect to report Commander Turner's safe recovery in the next issue. Ooh. So what happened in the next issue? Okay, so Imperial Governor exercises leniency in spy case. Okay. Hang on a minute. His Most Exalted Majesty now of the 40 is in due consideration of the case of Joe Merion, bounty hunter, fugitive and federal spy, has after listening to the pleas of his to exercise. So is she the sister then of our other Merion, who is the Commander Joe Merion there? And then suddenly Joe Merion is bounty hunter, fugitive and federal spy. Okay, so some bad stuff has gone and happened. It's the decree of Imperial Court that Merion be released immediately, that due reparation be made for any damage to self or property. It is the belief of this court that Merion acted in good faith in the rescue of Commander Mick Turner, a friend of the Empire, and is no way to blame for the unfortunate events surrounding the destruction of the ship Turner's Quest or the subsequent tragic demise of its pilot. So what's happened here? So Mick Turner has been killed. Dun dun dun! Merion is being stationed at Scott's Rock. A requiem for Turner is to be held at Alioth in the near future. Those wishing to attend should examine the bulletin boards in the Alioth system. His Excellency will be arranging his own service to be held on Capital. Dates and times to be arranged. So what happened there then? So so to people a bit. Okay, so this is the federal take on it then. So going back here, reports from the Northern Edge system of Alioth suggest that Commander Mick Turner, the Intergalactic Explorer, has been injured during a particularly difficult transit to an undeveloped set of systems. Details are scarce, but it seems likely that Turner's Quest collided with a large asteroid during exit from hyperspace, and the ship's hull and main drives were severely damaged. Detailed hospital reports of the injuries are not currently available. Serious exploration of the region beyond the Northern Edge has been limited so far due to the absence of inhabitable planets. Turner, however, was well known for lifelong exploration of underdeveloped systems and inclined to travel to outer stars, merely in order to have been the first human to have set foot on any given world. The ship, Turner's Quest, was designed by the new Rosyth shipyard specifically for outer system exploration, and the current expedition was intended largely to test out new features of the engines and radar mappers. Those who saw the Quest in action prior to the start of the current mission were most impressed with the ship design. We look forward to reporting Commander Turner's full recovery in our next issue. But such thing didn't happen. Death of a revered explorer. Oh no, Mick Turner's been killed. It is with great sorrow that we have to report the death in hospital of the renowned explorer Commander Mick Turner. The ship Turner's Quest was destroyed by an asteroid storm in a series of freak collisions as it returned from the Northern Edge. Commander Turner was returned to the ship's specially redesigned escape capsule and was admitted to the local general hospital for treatment. Sadly, the level of technology and staff expertise in the far frontier worlds is not always that which we take for granted in the core, and Commander died under anaesthesia while undergoing surgery for a fractured femur. Really? Meredith Argent, co-owner of AAAI and a close friend of Turner, has announced that there will be a remembrance ceremony in the form of a requiem to be held at Fortress Culloden, okay, on Argent's claim on the 5th of October. And all friends, colleagues and acquaintances are most welcome. Those wishing to attend should make contact with Meredith Argent on arrival at Gotham Park Space Station or either of the two main cities, New Rosyth or Fortress Culloden itself. Anyone able to attend in person who would like to make a donation to Turner's Requiem Fund is invited to contact any of the Argent's claim BBs, bulletin boards, during the period of the Requiem. Okay. Fortress Culloden, the site of a really, really massive battle, but in United Kingdom history between the Jacobites and the English, I think, in about 1740 something. Definitely fishy going on here. Okay, so that's the build up to that. Random intergalactic gossip. Oh, it actually has an article. You did it again. Rig Reader's name came up with the ideas. We mailed them through the far perimeter of the edge. Administrative wheels turn. The ship launched to the rescue. Mission is drawing to a close as we send this through to your terminal. Here's the winning suggestion sent in by Marriott Tanker Fiesta. If I was stuck in an escape capsule in deep space, I'd radio for help. I'd get someone to come and scoop me up. What an amazing idea. So what we did was to radio this idea through to the daring rescue team. And almost immediately, Joe Marion, the intergalactic search and rescue pilot, launched from the orbiting station with all scanners on seek. The latest reports tell us that the lost capsule has been found. Wonderful. What would you put in your capsule if the Argent Aerodynamics Amalgamated Inc. ask you your design? That's so stupid. Okay, so this is Frontier News. In the surprise move by both the Federation and the Empire, Commander Joe Marion, the AAA search and rescue pilot, who recently recovered and then lost Turner's capsule, has been released from custody and granted elevations of rank by both police powers. In award ceremonies subsequently held on Aetica, Marion was made a captain within the Federation and Earl within the Empire. Outstanding prison sentences were undeclared. Illegal goods have also been waived by the effective whitewash of the FSS and Imperial Guard criminal records. Okay, so the infrequency of bipartite award ceremonies of this nature suggests that high commands on both sides are attempting to conduct a whitewash of the incident, and that Marion may well be under significant pressure not to reveal the full details of recent events. Bam, bam, bam. In the meantime, Meredith Argent and the board of New Rosyth shipyards are organising a requiem for Mick Turner. So lots of suggestions to get ourselves over to Alioth on a particular date to allow close friends, those wishing to attend, a reminder to make contact. Okay, so that's clearly where we need to go next week as well. So Universal Scientists. Okay, so new quest to undertake Turner investigation. Quest-class ships were developed to Mick Turner's unique personal specifications by the highly acclaimed New Rosyth shipyards. They have subsequently proved to be the only ship currently available with a range and exploration capabilities to make a serious attempt to develop worlds beyond the edge. Four other identical ships were commissioned at the same time, all by close friends of Turner's. These four have remained in private ownership, though none have so far been used for genuine deep space exploration. It is now apparent that Meredith Argent, the co-owner of AAAI and the NRS, and one of the four to have commissioned a quest, is considering making a loan of the ship to an unnamed commander, on the condition that it's used initially in the investigation into the death of Commander Mick Turner, the late explorer. The ship had been equipped to the same standard as the original Turner's quest, including a newly redesigned Stowmaster escape capsule. The remaining three quests are still in private hands and have not yet seen a maiden flight. So there's a subtle hint here that we should be heading across to the Alioth system. I don't know if you've picked that up at all, but there we go. So Mick Turner has been killed in mysterious circumstances. The person who went to rescue them was first arrested and then released on the condition that she kept her mouth shut. And we, an unnamed commander, are being encouraged to go to the Alioth system. And on that bombshell, that cliffhanger, my friends, I'm afraid we must end today's stream, and next week we will go to Alioth and find out what is going to happen. Come back next week and see the next exciting episode of Drew's Adventures in Frontier First Encounters. Yay! It's quite good how this game figures out how to do a cliffhanger ending for every stream. It's actually quite good, isn't it? Dear. So that's next week. We've done we have despite the bugs and despite what's been going on, we have actually ended up at quite a good place. So next week we get to start on the classic Turner's Quest missions. We could go on from there. So there we go, my friends. Thank you very much for your company today. I hope you found that amusing. We have read newspapers in space. Bam, bam, bam. And we are now ready to go off into the depths of the North Edge, whatever that is, and see if we can figure out what happened to dear Mick Turner and see if we can uncover the mystery. So there we go. See you next week for the next exciting episode. Take care, my friends, and I will see you soon.